Welcome back everyone, it's Angela here. I hope that you guys are all excited to do a little quick project with me. I have just thought I'd finish this video today, and then when I went to go and look, I actually had recorded when I didn't want to record. So the whole thing was gone, and well, this is take two. So you see, it happens to everybody. Anyway, so I'm going to take you back to the beginning. So I hope I haven't said things that I thought I have, because it's like deja vu. I wanted to share with you just very quickly the pages for the second signature and just show you what I have done based on what we have done already. So I want to just really quickly show you. The very first page was this page. This is backed with blue polka dot paper. I've got a page here, a book page. I think this is Victorian album. We've got a background page here. On the back of that is the gold and white floral background page. We've got this lovely page here with the envelope, and on the back of that we have the lilac and white background page. Now you remember we made two of these previously. We stuck one in the first signature, and this one is going to go over here. This is just the floral ABC page, and you can use any page you like. I did want to say that, you know, even if you've only got old novels or music paper, stick them in. You can fussy cut flowers out and put them onto those pages. You don't have to have something that's from a floral book. All right, so that's that. This is the cream lacy background page. This is part of the tea, avo and lace page backgrounds, and you know I use it all the time. So we've got a double page of that stuck in an envelope here, and I think this one is 9.5 by 6.5 inches, but anything that you have, even a mailer. This has got no window, and that's absolutely fine. We will be covering it. This page looks like that. All right, so that's that one. That's backed with your floral circles. Then we have a tea stain page. Just put the tea stain page in here, or old book page. I will explain how to fold that closer to the time. Then it's a lavender polka dot page, one of the teal and white background pages. This is page 66 of Edith Holden. And you know I like to just fold it over because I don't like cutting them off. This is a lavender lacy background page from my digital kit. That's not part of this kit, and I've printed a mauve one on the back. If you have a printed kit, you get a sheet of this and the cream lace page, but only in the printed kits, because you can't print them. And then here's the mauve page with the white, and that's our center spread. So that's what we have as far as the second signature is concerned. So guys, use what you have. Even if you're not using this kit, use what you have to put together whatever it is that is on hand, and we will work through it together. You don't have to be using my kit to follow along with these tutorials at all. All right. Oh, and then the back of the last page here, I've stuck on one of the kitchen roll pockets we made, and I'm going to stick that onto the back there with a little bit of stenciling, etc. So that's the ones that we've made. Okay, so that's everything there. And then the other triangle pocket will go onto the other side of the tea stain page. So we'll end up putting that there with a little bit of decoration. All right, so that's everything so far. Now today I'm going to make a little project to fit in over here, and I'm going to show you, it's the first page side of the lace page. All right, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to put that to the side and talk you through what I did. Now I'm going to make a little book cover quickly, which is going to be housed into a little flip out onto our page. This is what I did already when I was talking to myself, not recording, as you do. So I'm going to show you how I made that very quickly. Now what you need is, I just took a mailer. I took a brown one, one of these. All right, it doesn't need to have a window. I'm using it to give my cover a bit of longevity, really. And then I took a mini page. So these two were together. I think they go like this. Many pages are part of the journal pages for all my kits, and I print them 2 to a page. They're part of the journal pages digital kit, and of course you get them in your printed kit as well. All right, so I've cut that in half. I've used that one on there, and this one I'm going to show you what I did with this. Now all I did was I took my mini page, and because I was going to stitch around the edge, I just went and stuck this down onto my envelope. All right, now we're not worrying with a window, so that's all I did. I went and did that. Okay, and then it's a case of just cutting that out. So I'm not going to do it, I'm just going to show you. Oh, let's just do it very quickly. It's just a case of cutting that out, and then again this way. So it doesn't matter what the size of the envelope is, it's going to be one that you'll be able to stick half the mini page on. Okay, so there we go, and I think it's just here that it's caught. Then all I went and did was, you've got now an opening on 2 sides, you've got it like this. Now you could actually have pockets at the top there, but it's going to be difficult to tuck that in the way I'm going to do it, but you could. And you don't have to tuck these into your journal. You could have these and they could pop into your handbag or purse. All right, because it's nice firmness here. It would last really well. All right, I went and stitched around the edge there. So that's what I did. And then once I'd stitched that, I then went and stuck the back on. So I'm going to just put this one aside. So the back, you can see I've stitched around the edge there. And then I've stuck on the back here. Then all I've done is, I did use my art glitter glue because I didn't want to stitch on that side. I then went and found the halfway mark, and I have just scored it, and that's where I ended. Oh, and it sounds nice and crinkly. Love that. Right, so we've got a nice little cover, and it's quite padded and really nice. And I think if you wanted to put this in your handbag, you could either cover this with like a Mod Podge or some kind of matte sealant. It would last really well. Okay, right, so that's where we were at the moment. Now what I did was I took some tea stain pages. I've got 5 sheets here, and what I did was I cut them slightly smaller than my actual booklet. So you've got about 1/4 of an inch more or less around, smaller than that. You can do that with your trimmer or with your knife. It's all, and I've clipped them all together. Now what I've added to this are some pages. I'll just show you here. Move this over. I've just added some pages from the little book I'll show you now, because they're small. So it's the Observer book, the Floral Observer book. These ones are really old. I think they're from 1950s. And I love that. So I've just put 2 in there, just 1 there and 1 in there, and that's what I've done. So we've got 5 sheets and 2 little book pages, and the book pages I took out from this Observer's Book of Garden Flowers. So it's quite a small little book, but perfect. And I have been using this for ages. Okay, so that's what I've done. Again, you could take a novel, cut out pages, use some fussy cuts and stick it onto parts of the writing. It would look beautiful. All right, so there we go. There's everything there. Now you want to just make sure that this is nice and firm, you know, straight and level. So that's why I've got the little clips. Push your thumbnails in there. And then just put one of those there and one of those over there. And now we are ready to go and put this into our book. Now you can either do this one of 2 ways. Either stitch it down with your sewing machine, or do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I'll do the 3-hole pamphlet stitch with you, and then you know how to do that. So let me just grab those things and I'll be back with you now. Okay, so what do you need for this? You need to have a little pokey tool, a needle, some kind of a thread, and I've got a little spongy bit here. All right, so again, you want to just line up the fold line of your paper into the fold line of your cover and make sure that you've got it, you know, even distance on both sides here. And once you've got that in place, just take a little clip and just clip that there. All right, now what I'm going to do with my pencil is, and I'm gauging this by hand, find the halfway mark. If you need to measure, measure. I'm not going to measure. In the middle there, then I want to take about, yeah, about an inch. So I'm going to come down to about there. And whatever measurement you put there, it needs to be pretty much the same on that side. All right, so you've got three little spots that you're going to make holes into. One in the middle, one an inch down, and one an inch down. Okay, inch is 2.5 centimeters. Okay, it doesn't matter as long as it's the same on what you do there. You do there, a bit like maths. What you do to the left, you do to the right. Gosh, definitely a teacher. Okay, now I'm going to just take my pokey tool and press it right through where those dots are. And just keep that pokey tool upright. Right, now you'll have holes on the underside there like that. That's fine, we'll cover those up. Now we want to take our thread and we'll start, I think, on the outside here. No, the inside. The inside. Okay, let's just clip this here. Now this one, I don't like this stitch as much as I like the 5-hole one. Then just go up to the top, back to the middle, back to the side, and then back over here. But the way I do it is I just go around that top loop like that. There we go, and then just give it a little pull. Keep it taut. There we go, and then just make another knot. All right, then just pull your little strings down. You can put something on them if you want, tie a bow, whatever you like. Right, and there's your 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Great for little notebooks. Now it's just a case of getting those nice and flat like that. All right, so we've got our book there. Hopefully I've got these the right way up. I do. That's a relief. So we've got a lovely little notebook there now. That was my bone folder going on the floor. Right, so that's great. Now we'll just put that to the side for the moment. I'll show you what we're going to do with that. Now I have got myself another little envelope. Now the envelope here needs to be able to house, it needs to be wider than the edge of your cover. All right, so whichever width you've chosen, make sure your envelope is slightly wider, a fair amount. Again, you can always take a bigger one, a bigger envelope, and cut it down to the size you want. All right, now this is really easy. I've taken my vintage collage pages and they go perfectly with this kit. I have just distressed around the edges and I'm going to just stick this one down. But bear in mind, if you've got an opening like this, you don't want to glue over there. So I would suggest going around those areas like this. And then on this side, just put a bit over there and then leave a gap. All right, so I'm going to leave a gap like that. So I know I mustn't glue on that area because I don't want to glue down the inside of this envelope. Okay, so that's the behind part. That's underneath of the envelope. All right, now before we go on, what I want to do is I want to trim this little piece here. So I want to take an absolute sliver off here, really thin. I just want to be able to open that envelope. So there we go. It's not much at all. Now you've got an opening on that side. All right. Right. Now, with any luck, we haven't stuck down this bit here. Not too, that can still dry a little bit, I think. Okay, so we've got that nice and open. We are going to just put a little, I've taken a piece of paper. It's the brown version of this. And I've just wanted a bit of a pocket there. So I folded it in half. So this pocket is 3.5 inches by nearly 2. But you can decide depending on the size of your little envelope. Yeah, I had this little bit of trim and I thought I would just get a little bit of that on there. So I just want to cut it at that point. You know, I'll keep that, I'll use it for something. And then I'm just going to run this across here. Here we go. All right, I was going to put this on Spring, the music of open windows. Isn't that lovely? I might do that. Yeah, let's try. So just put a little bit of distress ink, which I like to do, just so that the white bits of the sentiment are not the paper not showing through too much. Gosh, the weather's beautiful here, so I hope I haven't said that. Weather's lovely, getting nice and warm, so really looking forward to it. I haven't had a walk with Abby today, but we'll probably go a little later, and we're expecting a heat wave later. I think it starts tomorrow. I can feel it coming already. So that's going to be something, quite something for us. We're not used to that, definitely not. And I prefer the cooler weather, so autumn and spring are definitely better for me. Right, I'm just going like this with my distress goodie. That's all I'm doing on the underside there, and even less so on the top side. So I've taken my freebie that I had a few weeks back, and I thought this would work perfectly. Didn't want anything too much on the top here, so I thought I would just cut that piece out to go onto that bit there. So let's get that stuck down. That looks just a little bit skew on that side. I don't know why. I've tilted it a bit wrong, but that's all right. Not too bad. Then I've got this one. If you look the right way, you can see that the whole world is a garden. It is. And when we were talking about the wildflowers, and how people see certain things as weeds and certain other plants as flowers, it was the first time I really realized, well, who decided that that's not good enough to be a flower? It's a weed or a wildflower, and all these names. It really made me think. And yeah, you know, every flower is beautiful. Every flower. And thank you for all the wonderful explanations. That I saw some really thought-provoking answers, I must say. So that was great. Sometimes you don't think about things, but my answer is, in a field full of roses, be a wildflower. They're free. You know, they can be who they want, where they want, and gosh, whenever we walk, it's just amazing, the beautiful wildflowers. I admire them. Take them in. Right, so we've got a little bit of lace there, and we've got this beautiful quote, and I'm going to just get that there. And I don't want too much on this page, you'll see why. So I'm not making it too involved, because our book is going to be housed in here. So we just want to get that like that. There we go. So that's going to be what houses our little book. Now, I think I'm going to just grab some paper and I'm going to be back in a mo. Alright, so what I've done now is I've just cut out a little piece of paper that I want to cover over this flap here before I stick it down in my book. So I'm going to just pull off that strip there, and I'm going to put the glue down over here. And I just use this flap as a little template to see what size I needed, and I drew around it. That's how I did that. So really easy. And then just going to get that there and there. And there we go. So there's that one stuck down. I can decorate that at some point, but I do want it to lie pretty flat. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I just wanted to add something over this sewing line here. I've just got a piece of ribbon, so nothing fancy. Just using my Fabri-Tac quickly, and I'm going to just get this stuck on here. So I want to put some glue on both sides, not too thick either. Get it down to the bottom and the right at the top. Right, and then we can just, I think it'll be, I'm going to put it on like this. I'm just feeling where the middle is. Get that on like that, and then I'm going to just cut those bits off. Where's my nice long scissors? Too many things lying about here. Right, so that's drying nicely, and while that's drying, we're going to just get our bit into our book. So that's great, and I like how that's just straightening up my little ribbon line there. Okay, so we've got our little book, we've got our little spot, so here it is. This is it, the first lacy page. So what I want to do is, let's take out this lacy page a little bit because I've got a thing there. Right, now I want to just get that onto this page like this, and I'm going to make this a tuck spot. So that means I'm going to run glue from there down the side there, and then I can always tuck something in there. So I'm going to just take this, I'm going to start over there. I did draw my little lines, and I prefer to have my little lines, but we're going to have to wing it now. Right, so there we go, we've got that bit of extra glue there, and then just press it with your finger a little bit like that. Right, so that's what's going to go there. It's looking pretty already. It's going to look even nicer in a minute. Right, so there we go. Now while we're waiting as well for everything to do its thing, just got two little cards that I took from my ephemera pack. So just two of these. I've backed them onto paper already. I'm going to have the longer one over there and this one just in the front like that. So they're pretty flat and not going to make any bulk anywhere. Right, the notebook's bulky enough. Right, so that's going to be like this. Now we've got our little booklet over here. And what I want you to do is find the opening like you have. So get the middle. And then you want to open up your book like this. And you want to just tuck that in there like that. So what have I stuck on the little seam? So you want to just put that in as far as it goes. All right, and then you've got your little booklet that goes in over there. Now it is going to stick up a bit. I think what I need to do is put my booklet under a big book overnight in the flat position, so that I can get it to lie nice and flat, and then it'll be perfect to go into this. So if I just show you now. You've got your bit that's going to be stuck there, and then you've got your little booklet that opens up. You've got a little tuck spot, a little pocket with goodies, and your little notebook that you can take out, make notes in, and stick it back in there. How's that? I might actually run this through my Big Shot. Let me give it a go. I went through the Big Shot, and it's much flatter now, much flatter. But I think, you know, if I had to do it again, it would be even flatter. But yeah, you don't have to do that. Big couple of books underneath it would do the trick. All right, so I'm going to just fit this back in here again, like that. And there we have it. Okay, everybody, that's our little project for today. I hope that you've had fun with that. And of course, you can make this for any type of theme. So go and have a go. Go and see what you can pick up. You can put all sorts of scrappy bits of paper in there. It doesn't have to be neat, you know. Go and see what you've got about, and go and have a go at making one of these. I look forward to seeing you guys on Friday for another little video. We will be working on our lilac journal, but something that you can put into any journal. Don't forget, I have the sale running in my shop at the moment, so with the new kits, the Wildflower Wishes, but I have a sale on everything in the shop at the moment. So if there's something you wanted to pick up, go and have a look. All right, until Friday, have a good one, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.